Talk to us about where we are right now as the pandemic hopefully winds down. What are we not seeing? What's different than we think?
Well, I think we know that workplaces have never worked for women. And over the pandemic, women found themselves without childcare, with managers who didn't get it, with partners who weren't doing their fair share. And now women are in crisis. Millions of women have left the workforce. 51% of working moms say they're anxious and depressed. We can't go back to a broken system.
What can business leaders do right now to support women and moms in the workforce? And I'd love to hear your thoughts on the tech industry in particular, where it's so male dominated.
Yeah, well, we have a once in a lifetime opportunity. As you know, Emily, the recent jobs report that came out, 11 million open jobs. CEOs are desperate for talented workers to fill those jobs. So it's a seller's market right now. So I think women have an opportunity to ask for what they need. And what we need is affordable childcare. What we need is paid leave. What we need is employers who are going to support us on our mental health. We can ask for what we need. We don't have to go back to the old normal.
There are companies like Netflix, like Microsoft, eBay, with really strong family and parental leave policies. Is that enough, or do we need something at a national level? And if we need something at a national level, why has it been so hard to make that
First of
happen?
all, I don't think it's enough. Look, many tech companies are doing, they're making progress, right? They're offering some of these benefits. But for example, some technology companies like Facebook offer more in helping you freeze your eggs than in childcare. And we know that the reason why women are not returning back to work is because childcare is too expensive. Most families spend more for their mortgage, more for their childcare than they do for their mortgage. It is literally the largest expense for families. Paid leave. It's not good enough just to tout that you offer paid leave. Companies like Apple still don't have gender neutral paid leave policies in 2022. That's archaic. So you can't just offer these policies. You have to mandate that men actually take them, tie it to performance review, change the corporate culture. Emily, we're just in the middle of Women's History Month, and we just went through International Women's Day. Today's Pay Equity Day. And in every single boardroom, there's a conversation happening about how to get a mentor, how to get a sponsor, how to learn how to be an investor. The conversations that I want to be happening is how to get your partner to do more laundry, how to get the men in this corporate culture to do more laundry, how to make sure that we audit our corporate policies so that they're not exacerbating gender inequality at home. Because until we get to gender equality at home, we're never going to get to gender equality in the workplace. And quite frankly, corporate feminism has been taking us down the wrong path. And I realize that, for the past 10 years, I've been telling young women to lean in, to girl boss their way to the top, that
Right.
equality was just, an express train to the corner office. And I found myself in the pandemic with two little kids trying to maintain a full-time job, and it nearly broke me. And I realized that having it all is just a euphemism for doing it all. So we have to stop trying to fix the woman and fix the system. And that includes technology companies who often tout that their policies and the fact that they're trying to lift women up. Well, now it's time to get men to do more, right?
Let's
And
let's talk about that, Reshma. It doesn't help that there are tech founders and investors out there like Joe Lonsdale perpetuating stereotypes about men taking parental leave. This tweet from him just a few months ago saying, "Great for fathers to spend time with their kids and support moms, but any man in an important position who takes 6 months of leave for a newborn is a loser. In the old days, men had babies and worked harder to provide for their future. That's the correct masculine response." I mean, there are almost no words. No words.
no words. I mean, so many female founders I know get asked, well, are you planning to have kids? When are you going to have a family? It's as if being a mother is a distraction to your job. And it's why we have the motherhood penalty. The reason why we have a pay gap is between mothers and fathers. The minute you become a mom, suddenly you're less committed to your job. You're unable to build the next Facebook or the next Twitter. And so we have to root out that discrimination, which is at its core. And oftentimes in tech companies that think they're libertarian, they think they're a meritocracy, they do it the worst. In many ways, rooting out the motherhood penalty is just an algorithm away. Tomorrow, every single one of the Fortune 100 companies could get rid of the pay gap if they wanted
Right.
to.